Hi everyone, I'm so excited to bring you my newest fabric haul. I hope you're going to enjoy it just as much as I'm going to enjoy sewing a lot of this up. Now this week I've been to the optometrist. I decided to go and get my eyes tested, of course, because spending so much time sewing and editing lately, my eyes really noticed the deteriorating, and I thought might as well go and get them looked at. And I've got a brand new pair of glasses. I will see what you think. These actually remind me of something I would have seen like my great grandmother wearing back maybe the mid 70s. I know a lot of women wore these cat eye, but I love cat eye glasses, and I love anything to do with green. I was actually tossing up between a green or a mustard pair, but I love the fact it's got green, mustard, and a bit of teal, another one of my favorite colors. So we'll see what you think. So what do you think? They make a real statement, but I'm all for making a statement. I just love the fact that you can wear glasses to bring out your personality, and there's so many new glasses out and about. Well worth exploring, getting out of your comfort zone, finding something that's more you. And just went and had a breast screening done yesterday. I think it's very important. I actually didn't realise that it was, if you're in Australia here, it is free over 40 to have a breast screening done. Very important thing to highlight for women's health. And yeah, it can mean, you know, a couple of minutes of embarrassment or a bit of being uncomfortable, which personally it wasn't. They were fantastic. I was in and out really fast. Thanks to the lovely ladies there at Breast Screening Australia. I think you do a fantastic job. And yeah, it is very important for us as women to get them checked. The earlier we can get things like that looked at, the better for our health. So yeah, just something to highlight. I think it's well worth speaking about. Back to fabrics that I've bought lately. I have got quite a large stack here. Just about all of them have got plans. Maybe there's a few that I'm tossing up. And if you know me by now, you know that I do tend to change my mind with the plans that I make. Especially if a brand new pattern gets released, then it's just like, up, I'm going to just throw it all out the window and start again. You can hear a puffing dog here. It is Meg. She's come to say hi. Say hi, Meg. Yes, okay. You can go and play now. Find your ball. Back to the fabrics. Okay, first of all, a lovely double brush poly that I bought from Lush Fabrics here in Australia. Lush Fabrics are a great online shop that are over in Western Australia, in Perth, and they have amazing knit fabric. So if you're looking for some knit fabric that's a bit different, this is the place to go. So this beautiful red and gold, some mustard through it as well. Double brush poly. I'm thinking a pair of comfortable pants. The Pleats to Meet You by Pattern Emporium is one that I may have on my list as well. I'm thinking there could be a couple of dresses there. Even something like the Spellbound dress from Pattern Emporium could be another one. Maybe even the Kilo wrap dress. But I'm tending to love pants at the moment. I just think they look great. They're comfortable. And you can always wear them with a little t-shirt or a little tank top. I'm also loving the look of the Helen's Closet Lunar tank. I think in like a soft floaty bamboo fabric would look great with that as well. Now, for a long time now, I've been talking about Maaidesign, that you might all know is an online beautiful fabric store. And I just read the other day, I was reading through Mikey's page, and it's actually meant to be pronounced as Maaidesign. So yeah, for a long time now, I've been saying Maaidesign. It's wrong. It's actually Maaidesign. That's easy to remember because you just think about you and your sewing and Maaidesign. So I apologize for that, pronouncing that wrong for all that time. But yeah, it's easy to remember now. So this is a beautiful jersey gauze fabric in a lovely mustard that I just think is stunning. That waffle kind of look through it. I think it'll be really nice and comfortable to wear for a knit fabric that is light and breathable as well. So they still have some of this in stock. I think I'll link that fabric below for you to see if you're interested in looking at it. I was actually thinking a cardigan would be great for this as well. Some kind of maybe the Harper cardigan from Sinclair Patterns. I think it's one of those fabrics that, yeah, if you kind of know you'll be able to do something with it, but you're not quite sure what. But love even the fact that you can make a nice simple tee top out of it as well. Now, do any of you go onto your favorite fabric stores and look at the remnant section, because you can find some great bargains that way, especially if you can get around that meter to meter and a half worth of fabric. Even if you can get less and it's a really wide width fabric, it's worth snapping some of those beautiful fabrics up. This is from the Drapers Fabrics, that you'll know is a New Zealand and Aussie fabric company. They have stores in both New Zealand and Melbourne. This was in their remnant section. I just loved this print. It is a gorgeous soft cotton fabric. I just think this would make a gorgeous little shift top or shift dress, or even something like the Kelly shirt from Closet Core Patterns. or the Waikerie shirt, I think from Moona and Broad I was looking at as well. I think that's how you pronounce it. Love that look at that shirt as well. So yeah, I think it's just got a beautiful crispness to it that I think will work wonderfully. So it's got a little bit of a sort of a smooth poplin feel, but not as stiff as a poplin. So yeah, really, really pretty fabric. And especially I am a bit of a sucker at the moment for anything with pink and red together, especially with that bright green. I just think they work beautifully together. So yeah, that is definitely a little winner for me. And the pale pink I'm fine with as long as it's got brightness to it. I think it works wonderfully. You can put it back with so many different things. Now the gorgeous Trine from A&R Fabrics, one of my favourite online fabric stores here in Australia, posted an Instagram story with this beautiful raspberry Broderie Anglais fabric, and I just couldn't say no to it. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. First thing I thought about was making it in a Mindy top from Fibre Mood, but I think the Rouge could take away from the Broderie. I think it's would work beautifully with a square neck top from Friday Pattern Company as well. And because you've got all the little holes that you might not want to show that much flesh off, I think the lining that she had with it works wonderfully as well. So I'll show you up close. I just think it is stunning. So I had to get a metre and a half at least to do a little top with. But yeah, really, really pretty and beautiful quality fabric. If you haven't bought from A&R Fabrics, definitely think about that. Yeah, really pretty colour. It's in between like a mauvey kind of pinky, quite magenta, but the raspberry is a really good description because it has got a hint of a sort of deep red in there as well. So really, really pretty fabric. And the quality of all of her linens and fabrics are amazing. And yeah, matching poplin fabric as well. So being a lovely person she is, Trine had also gifted me some beautiful Ikat or Ikat fabric. Not sure how you pronounce it. We always said Ikat. But it's stunning. It's in a navy and white print. Beautiful feel to it. Lots of structure there. And this one I already had in my mind. I actually showed her a picture of the Wold dress from Sew House 7 that they have that beautiful red belt around. And she straight away said, well, I'm going to send you some of this fabric because I know you'll do a beautiful job with the dress. So thank you so much. Now she's getting this fabric in very shortly. She probably could be a bit low on some of the colours. So if you're really wanting some of this fabric, just bear with her. She will be getting quite a big delivery in very shortly for this. So yeah, lovely, lovely fabric there. And it's got that beautiful cotton linen effect to it as well. So beautiful quality. Sometimes just a nice simple navy and white or black and white is just stunning when you put a bit of a pop of like red lippy or a red belt. Yeah, just to highlight it. And yeah, sometimes it's just nice to have something simple. One of my daughters, Charlotte, is about to go into her placement for her early childhood. She wanted a fun print top. I think she saw this online and said, Mum, you have to make me a top out of that. So I'm like, fine with that because I love Nerida Hansen fabrics. This is a cotton sateen by her, and the quality is stunning in it. Look at that print. I just think it's going to look gorgeous on her. So I'll definitely get some photos of what I make for her. I think she's looking at a little blouse top like the mocha top, but maybe more of a big puffy sort of statement sleeve with the elastic around the bottom so she can sort of pull her sleeves up. But she wanted a fun and bold looking top. So even the Cielo top from Closet Core Patterns has a lovely sleeve as well. So I think it'll look good in either of those. But up close, the teal, the navy, and that khaki green, I think it looks stunning. So really, really looking forward to seeing that on her and just loving their prints. If you haven't looked at Nerida Hansen fabrics before, I can highly recommend just the showcasing that she does with different artists that will do different fabrics for her. Yeah, really get something very unique and wearable art, I always say. A lot of people do ask me, why would you bother making all these clothes? Where would you have to wear them at the moment? And I always say it's like making wearable art. I mean, an artist can paint a picture or make a sculpture and no one ever questions why they would need to have that. It's just something that they do, that they have the love and the joy of the making process can sometimes be what they're after. So we don't always necessarily need a lot of clothing, but I always say, to me, it's a therapy, it's an art form that basically I can wear my art that I make. And I really don't think we need to justify. I think it's a fantastic hobby. all around, especially for people with body image and people that want to define their personality through their clothes. I just think, yes, sewing is fantastic. Don't feel you have to justify yourself to people. If you want to make those clothes, go ahead. And I'm sure if you're like me, that you might make things year after year, and if you don't wear them after about a year or two, and you've got a lot of friends or family that are quite happy to take those off you. And also I think the local charity stores too love getting the donations of things that I might not have worn for quite some time. And sometimes you might make something and really wear it to death. Back to Maaidesign, one of my favorite fabric stores. I can't resist it when she puts out her newsletter. If you haven't subscribed to her newsletter, get onto it, because her fabrics sell out within minutes. Definitely worth looking at. This is a new range of Lady McElroy lawns. I just thought this had such a vintage 70s vibe to it. I couldn't resist, especially having the teal and the chartreuse colour and the rust. I will be able to wear that with so much. That one, I'm thinking about making it in a cuff type by the assembly line. Really loving the look of that top, especially that sleeve with the elastic at the bottom, that wide elastic. I think that will be stunning in one of those to wear with a pair of rust linen slacks that I've got. I always hate unfolding these, because once I unfold them, I'll have to work to getting that stash back to the neatness that it once was, and I'm a bit slack with that actually. I noticed that Jen from Jen's Sewing Room recently put out a tutorial on how she organises her fabric stash, which is brilliant. I don't know why. I had never thought of what she's done, but she actually folds it with a flat foam board in between it and curves it around so it's like a book, and she'll stand all the fabric up like book ends. And I just think, what a fantastic way of showing the fabric and keeping it neat. So I will definitely like to, now the stores are all open again, like to go and buy some of that foam boarding. I just think this is a stunning print. I just straight away thought it gives me all those vintage vibes. Yeah, really excited to make a top from that for Christmas. Another Lady McElroy print here. This is a beautiful woof fabric. I just thought straight away, wow, it's so soft. It's I'm not sure if it's a viscose or the lawn. I will write below what it is. I think it could be a viscose actually. It feels very, very soft. But this print I just think would be stunning as well in a sage brush top. I've got the pattern right here to remind you if you haven't seen that, which I'm sure you would have. But I just think that one of those in the beautiful wolf print, I think it's Arctic wolf print fabric, I think it's called. And she still has some of this left online. If you're interested, definitely have a look at the colours. I don't wear a lot of pale blue. I wear more of a bright, bold cobalt blue. But this, I think, with the bright mustard and sort of orangey colour there will really pop it out. But very, very pretty fabric, and the quality is just incredible. If you haven't sewn with these fabrics before, definitely look into it. Having a nice little piece there won't go astray in your stash. I haven't mentioned what I'm wearing. Of course, I always forget at the start of the program. This is a Linden sweatshirt in the short sleeve version. Now, this was some fabric I bought from Spotlight last year in a nice cotton spandex, and I put the mustard trim neckline as well. And I actually have a sew along for this top. If you haven't seen it before, I'll link it above. Very, very easy, beginner friendly pattern, and very hackable as well. Of course, once I'd seen one of those Lady McElroy lawns, I couldn't resist this one. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I think the name of it, I just can't remember the name actually. There's I know the Focus on Faces I've got from last time. This is yeah, I'll list it. Well, I can't remember what it's called, but it's just stunning. The colours in it, anything with that rust colour and the mustard, I'm immediately drawn to. But it's got the beautiful ladies. It's like a fashion forward fabric. Lady McElroy prints are just above and beyond anything else I've seen, other than like Liberty. Liberty are really doing a great job with some of their prints and imagery. Yeah, that if you're wanting something a bit more unusual, definitely look into the Lady McElroy fabrics. Meg is just busily chasing birds. They tend to taunt her at the moment. And I'm not sure if you can see, but this tree, the mulberry tree I'm under at the moment, is covered in berries, and a lot of them are just starting to, let's pick one for you, just starting to pop out now, the little berries, and they're amazing fresh off the tree, but you've got to watch you don't stain the fabric. So very keen to make a blouse style top with this. I'm really not sure which one yet, but if you've got any ideas, please let me know. I love getting your input and comments after each episode. But yeah, I'm thinking a long tunic blouse. I have got a pair of ready to wear cigarette style, it's like knickerbocker style leggings in a beautiful tobacco color ponte that I think will look stunning. So I'm thinking a tunic style top, definitely to showcase that fabric, because I think I don't want to interfere with the print and sort of the way the print is sort of fluid. Once you start sort of gathering and putting seam lines, you can take away from that. So I really want to showcase that fabric. I just think that's really, really pretty. Last episode with my new patterns, I actually showed you a simplicity pattern that Kerry from Darwin had kindly bought for me. And this is a fabric I'm wanting to use for this dress. Now this, believe it or not, is a Spotlight cotton linen. And Spotlight can be a bit up and down sometimes. I know that they have some fantastic prints. So when I do see something from Spotlight that's not a floral, I tend to gravitate towards it. And I just think this print itself is brilliant because it's really unusual. It reminds me of Gorman. If you're from Australia, you know Gorman clothing. They use a lot of local artists to design the fabric for them as well. So this has sort of reminiscent of that. I just think will look gorgeous in that simplicity dress. Oh, so this is the pattern, just found it now. That I think definitely will come up really nice in that cotton linen with all that seam work. I think being sort of pattern all over the place, you can get away with it. You can break the pattern up quite easily. And I think that will be a really nice little summer dress to wear this next season. I'll link that below as well, the Spotlight fabric. I know they still have that in stock. I've seen it online. But yeah, that's been pre-washed already. And it's come up a little bit softer, which is nice. I think that way, once you wash that linen and feel that softness in the fabric, and it feels a bit more wearable. Back to Maaidesign again, of course. They must love me there because I've got quite a few things that I've purchased from there. And they also have Afterpay if you're here in Australia and you, I know she posts overseas as well. It's very handy to know, international shipping. But Afterpay is great. It splits up the payments over 4 different fortnightly payments. It's almost like having a virtual lay-by there that you can take the goods home but keep paying the lay-by off. So trying not to use credit cards. I'm trying to be good. And that way I think, buying things on Afterpay can almost be a bit more conservative with your money that way and pay them off before you go and buy more fabric, which is what I'll do. So this is a gorgeous stretch crepe fabric from Lady McElroy as well. And that beautiful umbrella print. Have a look at it. It's stunning. It's got that gorgeous oriental feel to it. This one I'm actually planning on making a Hello Gorgeous top from Pattern Emporium. That beautiful puff dramatic statement sleeve and that beautiful scooped squared scoop neckline I think will look stunning, because I'm planning on making my favorite palazzo pants also from Pattern Emporium in a stretch black plain crepe. I just think that would be a beautiful little outfit to wear. Very handy, very comfortable as well. So yeah, love that fabric, and I know they have some of that left as well if you're interested. But yeah, loving the prints they've got out at the moment. This is a stunning jersey from Liberty Fabrics. This is from the Fabric Store Online, which is the New Zealand company. They also have the stores here in Melbourne. They've got great shipping and really, really fast postage as well. You need to be quick for a lot of these Liberty jerseys because I know they are popular. They do sell fast. But this will be some kind of a t-shirty top. Not 100% sure. Maybe the Adrian blouse from Friday Pattern Company. I think that could work really well in that. So that's another suggestion. But love the colours. Look at the print in that. All my favourite colours. Trying to have things a bit cohesive so that you've got some things to go back. And I know that having some great basic pants other than denim in the wardrobe, you can pick up your things like your teal, your green, mustard. I've also already got pants in those colours. I think that will work really well with a lot of things in my wardrobe. But really love the colour of that. Last 2 purchases were fabric I bought last week. Maaidesign again, Lady McElroy again. Of course, you can see a bit of a theme happening here. Some cotton lawn fabrics. I'm thinking maybe assembly line cuff top. I just think that a simple top to not break up the print when you get these beautiful designs. This one actually sold out within a couple of hours. She actually had it listed on her website. I got on there really quick and got 1.5 meters because I just love that rust background. The bug print is just stunning. Really, really pretty fabric. Very excited to make some kind of a top with that because I've got all those colors in pants as well. Yeah, so really excited to make something with that. And it just feels so nice, their cotton lawns. You don't really want to wash them because you just think it's just so perfect to look at. It's got a beautiful sheen on it. But yeah, it has to be pre-washed. Sorry about that. This is the Cobra Corsage fabric that I think she still might have some of this left. And it's been around for quite a while now, but I actually had not been able to get my hands on this because being in Australia, we do get the Lady McElroy fabrics a bit later than you guys in the UK and USA. But love those bugs and butterflies and anything to do with nature and flowers. Of course, I'm all over it, especially when it has that sort of old-fashioned looking botanical kind of illustrative print. I think that is just speaks to me. Now, I know I said I'm scared of snakes, but of course, it's got a snake there. And I'm fine with that because it's a small snake and it looks kind of friendly. So love that. And that, of course, will be some kind of top. I'm thinking, gee, this is hard because I know that I don't want to break up the print too much in it. So a nice, simple, even Cielo closet case top or the Mooner and Broad top. They've got one of their tops looks really good. Torrens box top, I think it is. I'm really keen to make that. It's got a lovely sort of elbow sleeve cuff, really simple lines. Yeah, so that's another thought. But yeah, there's a few things I'm thinking about making with those. So that is my fabrics done. Now this will get me through summer. I say that, but you know what it's like when you're a bit of a fabric addict and you see those beautiful prints that you know if you don't get them when you see them, that will haunt you. Yeah, but I do need to slow down a little bit now because I like to keep up with the making process. I've still got things to make for my spring collection that I'm in the midst of now. And I do like to try and sew through most of what I've got. I think that way it not only gets rid of that guilty feeling, but it also stops me from getting too overwhelmed because I think when you make a couple of little tentative plans and then you get too much fabric on top of them, you can tend to lose sight of what you had in the first place. Those plans can go out the window and then you can get yourself in a little bit of a mess. But really, it is lovely to have fabric there in the stash that if you see a new pattern and you want to grab from your stash, yeah, it's a real luxury to have that. Now, a lot of people aren't in that position at the moment to be buying fabric. It might not be high on your priority list. A lot of people are out of work and a lot of people are really struggling with that whole buying to sort of feeding their habit. And I've had quite a few people online telling me about things that they've done to try and, you know, still keep their sewing hobby going. That can mean things like going to thrift stores or finding like old sheets and tablecloths, and sometimes those vintage sheets and tablecloths are brilliant to sew things up with as well. But also, don't forget you can easily go back through your wardrobe and things that you're not wearing or get the wear out of, you can repurpose as well, which is great. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope you're all feeling inspired to keep doing some sewing now. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, you can go ahead and do that. I think it's great to be watching everyone. The whole sewing community at the moment is really helping lift up the mood and keep us all inspired. I've got a lot of favourite people I watch. I might have an episode coming out in the near future of my friends worldwide that I love to watch, different YouTube channels that I'm sure most of you already know about, but there could be a few that you don't. Sometimes there's things I stumble across and find I think I haven't seen this person before. I love them. I'm really happy that I found them. I wish I had found them a long time ago. So that way I think it just gets us all working together, and yeah, we could feed off each other that way. And I also want to say a big, huge thank you to the wonderfully kind people who have donated to my KoFi. And if you don't know what that is, I have a KoFi account or KoFi account. You can say it any way you like, but it's buying a virtual coffee to help someone's channel. As far as if you're wanting to support their channel financially, you can do that. You can buy a creator a coffee, and that then goes back into my channel to help me bring you more content. And I want to say a massive thank you. I've had some beautiful people buy me not one coffee, but sometimes even 10, sometimes even 15, 20 coffees. I just think it's so generous. And I just want to make sure that you guys know how appreciative I am and how thankful I am that I can use that to help me bring you more and more episodes in the future. Keep safe, keep sewing. Bye for now.